Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. In Top Stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. Henderson police released body cam and patrol car footage this week, detailing what led up to the ex-firefighter getting charged in his wife's overdose death. Review-Journal's James Schaefer shows us that footage.
How long was she unresponsive for?
Chris Candido, a former North Las Vegas firefighter charged with murder in his wife's death, told officers he was worried that the city would learn of the investigation into his spouse's overdose.
He's so horny, calling my work.
Candido was indicted August 4th in district court and charged with second-degree murder of his wife, Tiffany Slatsky, and burglary from February 23rd of 2020. Authorities allege Candido caused his wife's overdose by giving her morphine at the couple's Henderson home, then stole an opioid overdose antidote from a North Las Vegas fire station to administer to her when she began showing overdose symptoms. The Clark County Coroner's Office said Slatsky died from multiple drug intoxication, including MDMA, morphine, and cocaine. For the Las Vegas Review-Journal, I'm James Schaefer.
Also in Henderson, police were called to a high school after reports of a big fight breaking out. The principal reports the fight involving multiple students at Green Valley High. That, quote, "You may have heard rumors about a weapon being used or discharged during the event. However, that information is false." At least 2 ambulances were seen. No word on any arrests or injuries. And over on the Las Vegas Strip, police are investigating a deadly shooting that happened overnight. Detectives say they were called to the 3900 block of South Las Vegas Boulevard to a motel room where one man was shot. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Officers arrested 31-year-old Brian Contreras in connection to his death. Also happening today, Las Vegas police open a kiosk at Resorts World to make officers more visible on the Strip. Review-Journal's Renee Summerhour has the details. Renee?
Jen, the building will not be a full-fledged area command for the Metropolitan Police Department, but it will host a small number of police officers for Metro's Convention Center Area Command, which covers the Strip and the area around it. Tourists and locals will be able to file police reports at the building. Metro has said the kiosk is designed to promote what it calls positive visitor experiences with local law enforcement.
We've had some very trying times over the past couple years, starting off and still dealing with COVID, and then leading into some of the very difficult challenges we dealt with on the boulevard in particular.
Police already have a kiosk like this one near MGM Grand, but it is not as identifiable as the one being dedicated today. Last year, Metro reported an increase in crime on the Las Vegas Strip, including a sharp rise in shootings. Jen?
Now to your weather, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. No matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 Hour is here for you. Here's what you can expect tonight. Temps should dip down to the 80s and possibly even 70s overnight. Then tomorrow, expect highs of 104 and lows in the 70s. For the rest of the week, we're looking at highs staying right above 100 degrees and lows a bit cooler than what we've seen in previous weeks in the 70s and 80s with some light breezes coming through. In business, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. Over the past year, the FAA levied more than $1 million in fines to travelers for alleged bad behavior, and a good chunk of them were either going to or coming from Las Vegas, about 11% of them.
You know, obviously these people are partaking in drinking before they get on these flights. You know, they get inebriated to get to the point where they get violent.
The fines were mostly related to alcohol use or face masks. In Lifestyle, sponsored by Oakmont of Las Vegas Assisted Living and Memory Care. The best care for the best life. Chaos at Allegiant Stadium's concession stands. The stadium's cashless system went down during Saturday night's Summer Slam show, creating long lines. Concession workers reportedly ended up handing out free water, soda, and already prepped hot food items.
Was a nationwide outage. So arenas all over the country were affected by this. It just so happened there's really no backup system at Allegiant Stadium for right now. Everything is cashless, and so they rely a lot on the system. It went down. I think it's one of those learning experiences.
Sports, sponsored by Station Casinos STN Sports. Download the app and get a bonus up to $500 when you sign up. After barely making the NFL's top 100 list last season at number 99, Raiders star tight end Darren Waller turned heads last year and is checking in at number 35 this season. Waller has recorded at least 90 catches and 1,100 yards in each of the past 2 seasons. He's coming off of his best season, compiling 107 catches for 1,196 yards and 9 touchdowns. Waller was one of 2 Raiders to make the list, joining running back Josh Jacobs, who was voted number 68. Sports betting sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. There are 2 hot trends to watch this week, and they both involve teams from Baltimore. One can't win and one can't lose. The Orioles have lost 18 straight games and will look to avoid their 19th consecutive loss Tuesday against the Los Angeles Angels, who opened as -145 favorites at DraftKings Sportsbook. The Ravens have won 19 straight NFL preseason games, going 17-1-1 against the spread. Baltimore is a 4-point favorite over Washington at the Westgate in Saturday's preseason finale.
In health, sponsored by 4M Dental. Love your smile again. We have both good and bad news in your latest COVID metrics. The numbers of new cases are up, but the deaths are going down. Nevada reports on this Monday more than 3,000 new COVID cases over the last 3 days, the highest number since the state stopped reporting numbers over the weekend in April. However, Nevada is also reporting 26 deaths over the last 3 days, which is slightly below the 2-week moving average. Meanwhile, the FDA gave full approval for Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine on this Monday. President Joe Biden said of the vaccine, quote, "The moment you've been waiting for is here." In entertainment, sponsored by DiscoverYourNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada. For all you little monsters, Lady Gaga is back. Review Journal's John Katsamidas has more.
Lady Gaga will be returning to the Strip officially October 14th through October 31st with her jazz and piano show at Park Theatre at Park MGM. That theater is going to be renamed Dolby Live soon. The tickets are going to go on sale Saturday. Brian Newman's After Dark show is coming back. Also, along with Gaga, he'll be at Nomad Library. And those who are entering Gaga's show at the theater will have to show proof of vaccination for COVID or a proof of a negative COVID test just to get into the theater.
Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you have Amazon Fire TV, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here for more 7 at 7 tomorrow. Good night.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.